Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Robin, this is Digital Wilds, and welcome back to Mother 3. In the last episode, we played through most of the prologue, and we are now heading up into the mountains to find our wife Hinawa and rescue our kids. So, let's, as the rain pours and the lack of music becomes quite atmospheric, let's have a little chat with Isaac. Flint, you should probably head back home and check on things. Okay, fine, I'll head back home first then. I guess it would be an opportunity to make sure they haven't got back and to check on our pal Boney. Ah, we've got the bird outside the house as well. And we remember this being sent earlier by Hinawa when she was leaving Alex's house. It's a letter from Hinawa. Dear Flint, just like you said they would, the children have been running around the mountains and fields tirelessly since the moment we arrived. Klaus is as daring and full of energy as ever, while Lucas is still a bit coddled, but neither one seems tired of playing at all. My father seems sad to say goodbye to his grandchildren after seeing them for the first time in so long, but we should be home by this evening. I had forgotten how nice and refreshing the mountain air is. You're always covered in the smell of sheep back in Tazmily Village, so I really wish you could have been here to take in this air. The next time we visit, let's ask one of our neighbours to tend to the sheep, so we can all come up here as a family. Klaus, Lucas and I were always thinking about you. When we get home this evening, I'll start cooking some of your favourite omelettes right away. With love, your dearest Hinawa. No, obviously we've heard that before on the other end, but it's a nice point of connection between the two. Which, as a storytelling person, I think is nice to establish. Thanks for just letting yourself in, Isaac. They're still not back. With all this rain, they could catch cold. I'll go find them. They're probably taking shelter from the rain somewhere. It's getting late, so we should all go look for them. Let's get the other villagers to help too. Well, it's more use than you were during the fire. Okay, I'll go tell my dad then. Righto. So here we are. I think we're on full health, so yeah, not worth having a little nap on the bed or anything. But if we head outside, Boney I think is going to join up with us. So we've got ourselves a second party member. There we go. Of course we'll take Boney with us. I don't think there's an opportunity to refuse that, but I wouldn't want to anyway, because having extra damage output and somewhere else for enemies to aim their attacks is mighty helpful. The biggest sort of power boost you get in combat in this game is when you get extra party members, because basically it just sort of spreads the pain. So Thomas is obviously running around spreading panic with his little alarm, and the guys here are just sort of speculating. So it's obviously going to fall to us again to go and figure out exactly what's happening. Leader obviously being no help either. But as before, head off to the left here and past the shrine, and we'll run into these guys. There you are, Flint. I asked everyone to split up and search the forest for Hinawa. You've been blessed with kind friends. That must be true happiness in one sense. So what does this guy think? Wes, I'd like to join the search, but they told me to stay here because I'm old. Seems nobody's aware of just how strong I really am. Yes, well, indeed. You shouldn't underestimate him. But that will be established later in the story. For now, yeah, back up to deal with the bats. And Boney's attacks are all based on biting. He doesn't have many in the way of weapons or anything. I think his only equipment you get is collars and ribbons, which up his defense and his and so on. And he can't use magic either, obviously, because he's a dog. And now we can take those guys down fairly easily. Just going to pop into this house, see if it's open. There might be some items in there. I wonder if Isaac will give us anything. Oh, okay, so he's very slowly devising a plan. A lot of antidotes inside the box. So it's useful to stock up on these. I wonder how many I can have, because being poisoned is not ideal. I'll take, I don't know, 4. That should do the job. If we get poisoned more than 4 times, I'll consider myself very unlucky. Didn't know that was there before, so that's actually quite useful to have. Get a level up for Flint from that battle, so an extra 7 HP and a bunch more offense, which is pretty good. Should up our damage output quite considerably, and soon we'll be fighting more than just bats, so quite handy to get them leveled up as much as possible. Plus a level up for Boney, so extra HP and attack for him. And now that the fire's out, all the yam monsters are baked yam monsters, which are slightly tougher, but still quite easy to take down, as you'll see, particularly if you get around the back of them. And the antidotes are useful because these snakes are now on the field. So the stakes have been raised, and these guys shouldn't be too hard to take out, really. But they do have venom, so that can be quite dangerous, particularly if both of you get poisoned. Now, unlike before, the fire here has now been put out, so we can head over this way. These guys, I think, have a 2-round sort of cooldown on their attacks. They, have a very powerful charge-up attack. And you'll see the thing about the RPG system in this game is that the health ticks down like an odometer as you take damage. So even if you get hit by something that'll take you out, it won't necessarily kill you if you can end the battle before it ticks down to 0. And there is a stat that affects how quickly the odometer rolls down, so that can be quite useful to know. So this Rastafarian chap here is Reggie, and he comes in useful a couple of times in the game. Yeah, a fire, then rain, and then children's smiles. It will be all right. Reggie knows it. Well, it might not be all right, but thank you for the kind words. There we go, being poisoned for the first time. Hopefully we can take this guy out before that becomes too much of an issue. I can't remember whether poison persists after a battle. I have a feeling it does, like Pokemon. So I will just check in case. Yeah, we need to... Yeah, he's still poisoned, so we'll just drop that on Flint quickly, and now he is free of that. So if we head down here, I think there's, as well as a yam monster, I seem to recall there's some hidden item boxes and stuff in this area. That guy's down, and these two are... Yeah, there we go, there's a present box. What have we got here? An antidote. Okay, well that replaces the one we used. Well, there is an infinite supply back at the beginning of the level, so I guess it's not that impressive. Okay, keep heading up here, take out another snake. So, yes, she described our kids, respectively, as a troublemaker and a crybaby, so we're not exactly pleased with her. There's a slight mean-spiritedness to these guys. Annoyingly, yeah, the snake has joined the encounter, which is not exactly what I wanted. Might do a brute force attack. We've got these special attacks that can do extra damage or can attack all enemies at once, and they have a chance to fail, which is why you wouldn't use them all the time, but they can be useful as in that circumstance, particularly when they are decreasing our attack power. And we've been poisoned again, wonderful. This is why you kind of don't want to have more than one enemy on screen, because it can become difficult sort of doing the crowd management aspect. Okay, so level up for Flint, plus HP, and for Boney. There we go. Quick bite of nut bread for both of them, and we'll keep pushing on up. Second item box over here. This contains some beef jerky, which I think is 60 HP restore, so that's pretty good for early game, and we'll keep hold of that. Yeah, and up here we've got a couple more slightly useless villagers. Mini charm, so that's an extra... so that's a... Where does that go? That goes on the body, so that's an extra +2 defense. I think... No, Boney can't wear that, although he should wear his white collar. I don't think he can wield any weapons either. I think there's like one weapon for him in the game. So right, put the mini charm on Flint, and that should do the job, at least for now. Extra 2 defense, not bad at all. If we can take a couple of attack points off any incoming damage, that will be helpful. So, you'll see there's a lot of quite distressing claw marks on the ground over here. So we'll have a little chat with Bronson and see what he says. I can't believe my eyes. Just look at this, Flint. These huge trees were snapped right in two. How could such big trees get ripped down like this? There's one thing for sure. Whoever did this, it wasn't human. And no, it wasn't me. What do we do now? They have the path completely blocked. Actually, Hinawa and the kids might still be stuck out there because of all these knocked down trees blocking the way. Even if it's not the most direct path, we should look for another way around. It's probably best if we split up into a few groups. Oh. So, yeah. Clearly something untoward going on here. What does Isaac have to say? Have you found Hinawa and the kids? Lighter? Are you sure you're in good enough shape to be out here? I'm always in good enough shape. Don't treat me like some injured clod. So they're going to try and move the tree. I suspect they will fail, but we can head off in this direction and yeah, drop a quick save with this frog. So this mountain is called Mount Oriander, and I've never been clear whether that's meant to be a pun on coriander or it's meant to be Mount Oleander, which is a flower, and that has been mistransliterated from Japanese, where the L and the R are often elided. So it could be a couple of different things. So, getting real bad vibes here, yeah. Not good at all. So it looks like a Drago climbed the cliff. So we need to find a way to do the same. Why would a Drago claw at stuff like this, even enough to leave gashes in rock even? They're such peaceful creatures. I get the feeling something very bad is happening to the forest, the people, the animals, and me. So yeah, we need to climb that cliff. Unfortunately, we don't have an obvious way to do so. But what does Boney detect? Ah, looks like he's made the same conclusion we have. Ah, a scrap of cloth. A scrap of red cloth. Red cloth that we are distressingly familiar with. Old Man West, what are you doing here? Sorry to say, but there's nothing a rickety old man can do to help us out. Got a little chat with Wes here. I think he might have a solution to this. Oh, Flint, don't tell me you intend to climb this cliff. I know how you feel, but scaling this cliff face is just too dangerous. But, you know, maybe my son could be of use. I don't know if it will help any, but let's get him up here so he can try. I'll need to borrow Boney for a bit. Go ahead, Pooch. Bring my son back here. Ah, so we've got to name the son. So have a little look through the defaults. It can be Duster, or he can be... Oh, there aren't alternative names for Duster. Weird. Okay, well, we'll go with that then. Duster it is. A strange but nice guy with unexpected skills. Okay, have a sniff of this ripe sock. And off Boney goes. So Boney to the rescue with this rather cool music. So he's got a bit of a limp, Duster, but it doesn't stop him being quite acrobatic. At long last, it's time to put the thief skills you've studied since childhood to the test. Now show us your wall staple technique. I did study that technique, but this is my first time using it for real. I hope this works. So yeah, dark patches of wall like that are scalable with the wall staples, and there's not that many of them in the game, but it is a skill that you will use a few times, particularly after Chapter 2 when Duster joins your party. Okay, now we can climb with ease, or with relative ease. I don't know whether we can just walk up these. Yeah, we can. I don't know whether we can run. Presumably not. Okay. So the rain is over, and we now have the chance to, get Duster to join our party for an extra pair of hands. And he's rather good. Again, no magic power involved, but he has several different techniques which can decrease enemy stats, which can paralyze them, and so on and so forth. So good to have him on board. Now, I believe if we head over this way... Ah, no, we can't. Yeah, that's not the right way. But that is the way up to Alex's house, I think. So yeah, Boney wants us to check out this scrap of Hinawa's dress, which is distressing. Yeah, we get the sad item acquired music. So into this cave. And you'll see these moles, which are on the move. They're not particularly dangerous. They're actually rather sweet. Mischievous mole, but let's clobber them from behind. There we go. Not tough at all, but a good way to grind some levels. So you'll note that the more people you have in your party, the more diluted the HP is that you get from beating the enemies, which only makes sense, I suppose. So lots of nut bread for us. And some beef jerky there. We are well stocked up on healing items. So we'll level up for Boney from that cave, and now we'll go drop a save, and then head up towards Alex's house. At least, yeah, looking at the map, looks like we're going to head up there and then over to the right, and Alex's house way at the northern tip. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, yeah, something's in the way, as Nirvana once sang. So yeah, the pig masks we saw in the prologue, dropping the firebombs in the forest, they're still on the scene, and they are... Yeah, not meaning good things for the forest, I don't think. So among other things, they've created this monstrosity. And it's our first boss battle of the game, unless you count the mole cricket, which personally I don't. Yep, sadly, we're going to have to destroy some nature, which is not really in my to-do list for the day, but yeah. The reconstructed caribou. So we're going to have to do a few things here. First off, I'm going to have some beef jerky, just to top my HP off. And then we'll have a look at thief tools. Yeah, we're going to have a wall staple from Duster, but let's try that out. 30 HP from Boney. I think this guy's like 900 HP or something. So we'll throw the wall staples and see... Yeah, there we go. So we've managed to pin down the reconstructed caribou, and now it's stopped from attacking while we heal up. So now we can attack without having to worry too much about its attacks. So it's still pinned by the wall staples, and that lets us have a good couple of turns of unrestricted damage. And yeah, once it generates the intense burst of steam, that means it's going to attack on the next turn, so we want to be wall stapling it again. There's no guarantee the wall staples are going to work, I don't think, but they have a high chance of working on this guy as a way of introducing you to Duster's abilities. So not too bad as long as you keep going around with that cycle. I don't know how much damage you've done to it now, but it's been a fairly significant amount. Yeah, and now that the turn after it generates the steam, it goes berserk, and that's not a good place to be. So, more wall staples. And there we go, and that's down. So, although Boney was in a fairly weak state at the end of that, we managed to get through it without anyone dying, and not bad at all. So 112 experience points for that. Level up for Flint. Level up for Duster. No level up for Boney, but he'll be near enough to the next one. So the pig masks are, running off for now. We're not going to have to deal with them yet, but let's have a look at this thing. An incredibly suspicious object. It's anyone's guess as to what it is. So these are people in this village that live without a lot of technology, and so they're not used to this. Lying on the ground is a notebook with a pig nose-like mark on the cover. Let's give it a read. The following is written in poor handwriting. All the creatures around here suck. We need to make it cooler. So the theme will be tougher, rougher, badder. We'll mix and match this and that to create whole new things no one's ever seen before. I dub it the Fascinating Chimera Project. Let's reconstruct and modify stuff slowly and steadily. So there we go, notebook for us, and now we have a sort of a handle on what these guys' plan is, although we don't really know why. And here's their ship, which we saw flying overhead earlier, but that is going to be way out of sight by the time that we get to it. What does this sparrow have to say to us? You and all your party members have special skills that you can use during battle. These skills might be centered around items, physical actions, or whatever else. Basically, it's different for each person. For details, press start to bring up the menu, and from there you can check everyone's skills. Okay, so, yeah, Duster has several skills, some of which we don't have yet, but they generally come during Chapter 2, and they basically, some of them are useful outside battle, some of them are useful inside battle, and once people start getting magic into the equation, that affects things further. So we can't get across that gap. And I don't think there's anything else we can do up here. So, yeah, that's odd. We might have to head back down. Especially now the caribou's defeated, I guess we've got some clue as to what's going on here. Can we get through this cave? Did I miss something here? Or, no, it's just a bit of a dead end with the mole rats. Not the mole rats, this isn't Fallout. If we head back down, maybe they'll have shifted the tree by now. Aha! We found the kids. It seems they fell into the river and washed up here. I'll look after Boney, you just hurry and see him. Okay, so we're losing the dog. Don't know if Duster's coming with us. Looks like it. Okay, yeah, and the tree's out of the way, so we can head up here. So drop a save here. We're obviously down Boney, but we are getting towards the end of the prologue. This Harvest Moon looking motherfucker up here seems to have, yeah, found the kids. Yeah, gonna warm ourselves up by the fire along with the kids. So let's have a little chat and see what's happened here. Dad. Okay, made some tea. Some while has passed, and yeah, haven't found an hour. Let's have a little chat with the kids. Nope, they aren't up to talking. Wash downstream. Ah, and now here's Bronson. Obviously, from his anime-style animation, there is something bothering him. Flint, I'm not sure what to say, but just stay calm and hear me out. I have good news and I have bad news. Which do you want to hear first? No. Let me start with the good news first. I picked up a giant Drago Fang. It'll make for a great weapon. I figured you could probably use it. As for the bad news... The bad news is... It's where I found the Drago Fang. It was in your... It was pierced through your wife's heart. Flint. Just try to stay calm. I think this is, yeah, now risk her life to protect them. I think this is a really well done scene because I think it emphasises the, well-meaning but naive nature of the villagers. That he started it by saying, oh, I've got this great weapon for you. And, like, he was trying to sugarcoat it, but in a really inappropriate way. And the same with, like, giving them the tea and sort of getting the kids around the fire. Like, they're capable of basic level niceties, but they're not emotionally capable on a deep enough level to deal with this. And I think it presages what becomes of them later. So yeah, Flint is not taking this very well. Dear, poor Abbott. So yeah, Bronson and Leiter between them managed to subdue Flint, but that's not how you'd have wanted this to end, really. Poor kids. So yeah, get a bit of a flashback to life on the farm with the whole family. Yeah, so we are in jail. Things are not looking up for us. I guess it's yeah, nobody's ever been thrown into Tazmily's jail before, which rather begs the question of why they built it. Particularly because the wall doesn't go all the way up to the ceiling. Deepest condolences for Hinawa. Well, yeah, that's the bloody least you should be offering. Plus the Drago Fang. Still, why would a Drago attack someone? They're such friendly creatures. Take it easy in here for a while. I know you must be having a hard time with this, but try and get some sleep. The Drago Fang that was stuck in Hinawa's chest, I'll hold on to it for you. When you get out of here, come drop by my house and get it. Don't forget now. Oh, poor Flint. Yeah, there's not a whole lot he can do, really. Try and break out, but yeah, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. If we have a look at the map here, we're in the left side of town. I don't think we've been down here yet. The lock on the door is rusty. Ah, so Klaus is here. I told Lucas to come too, but he's been crying at Mom's grave all this time. Dad, I'm going to leave this apple here. The core might be hard, but the core might be too hard to eat, but be sure you eat it. Ah, so we see what's going on here. I'm going to get stronger. I'm going to get so strong even Dragos won't stand a chance against me. Dad, So, yeah, Klaus and Lucas are not in a good way. Let's eat the apple. It's a hand file hidden inside it. Given that nobody else is in the jail, why you couldn't have just got the hand file and given it to me, I don't know. But, yeah, lock is rusted. I'll use the hand file on that. Not a very difficult puzzle by video game standards, but we can yeah, file through that. And there we go. So we're out. And, yeah. Here's Duster. What happened to Hinawa was a terrible tragedy. I can't say I know how you're feeling. Hinawa's burial ended without incident. Lucas has been crying at her grave ever since. His poor little heart seems like it's about to break in two. If there's anything else I can do for you, just let me know anytime. Thanks, Duster. You're a good guy. Sheriff not wanted. After all, there's no crime. Yeah, so good environmental storytelling here. If we need to head over to the east, but we can head over to the left quickly and have a little look around the beach area. There's some interesting stuff over here. I don't think this ever really comes in very handy in the plot or anything, but you've got a house over here. Can't remember who lives in here. A load of birds, apparently. And a little domo doll and a scalpel. So yeah, some kind of woodworking going on. And then down on the beach, I saw a present just then. You can scare the birds away if we're feeling mean. And that gets you the edible mushroom, which I think is 20 HP recovery. It's not very much. Plus another house over here. This one full of buckets and plants. You can very much tell this game was worked on by the same people who ended up working on Pokemon. At least the Earthbound was. Was that a present? Does this count as a present? No, it doesn't. No idea whose house that is. But yeah, keep heading west and end up on this outcrop over here, Nana. And she likes the ocean. That's the only thing we know about her. And if we head this way instead, we should find these guys who were... Yeah, these guys were in the forest earlier. they're practicing their comedy routine. They make that little noise when they bow, but I feel like is that a Japanese cultural reference that I don't get because I'm English? Quite possibly. It's the sort of thing this game would have in it. But it's difficult to sort of discern what's that and what is just Japanese weirdness. Okay, so back to town, and have a little chat with Mapson. Says they're at Sunset Cemetery north of the village, and he marks the location on our map. I might go back home and just have a little chat and see if Boney's around to join us. I don't know whether he will just stay in his kennel now, but I could have a pal, that would be handy. Nope, he's just feeling sad about Hinawa. I'm not really sure he would understand the concept of why she's not around, but yeah. Dogs, I guess in Earthbound world, animals are generally more sensitive than you'd think, given that frogs can save our game. I need to find Bronson so I can get hold of his weapon. Quickly, we'll have a look around in the bazaar as well. Obviously, there's no there's no actual money yet, so we can just have all these items. Although we are a bit overloaded on that stuff at the moment, I might drop a couple of things. Okay, so we'll have the flea charm and have the running bomb as well. Okay, so a couple of items in hand. Let's see if we can find Bronson. This is the mayor. So he's very clear that he wasn't the one who decided to place you in that jail cell. So yeah, we'll go on stairs as we pass. Apart from Reggie, he's nice. We can forget happy things. We can probably forget sad things too. People have the power to forget. Yeah, certainly do. Okay, well here's the graveyard, and yeah, Nipper the Gravedigger is one of the other heroic characters of this game. Tends to be old men who do particularly well out of this game. Top-notch grave for Hinawa. Well, that's all she deserves, I guess. Yeah, the Gravedigger's house up here, which I can't get into yet, and yeah, the gravesite lined with well-wishers, or gawkers, depending on how you wish to view it. And yeah, here's old Lucas. I thought you said anything could come true as long as we prayed from the bottom of our hearts. Mum can't even punish me anymore now. I don't want it like this. Oh, for an hour. Everyone's got flowers, and we'll have a little chat with Alec as well. I haven't been to the village in a while, but I rushed straight here after I heard about Hinawa. Just after I had such a wonderful time with my grandkids. Poor Alec. Say, come to think of it, where's Klaus? Is he not with you? He said he was going to see you, but then never came back. Ah, yeah. Lucas, do you know where Klaus went? Ha. So he says no, but he's obviously lying. Ah, so Klaus went after the Drago. He didn't take Dad's homemade knife and go up into the mountains to kill the Drago. Ah, well, there we go. So, now we've got to go stop him. Oh, poor Lucas. He might have doomed his brother now as well. Yeah, this is not, for all the happy visual style, this is not a happy game in many respects. Okay, so we got to go chase down our kid. So first things first, got to find Bronson and get hold of the Drago Fang. I can't remember where Bronson lives, but it'll be in town, so we'll hunt him down. And while we're here, we'll get Mapson to mark Alec's house on the map for us as well. So have a little look, and as I explained earlier, right at the top. So not too far to go, really. This rather strange house here. I don't think this guy ever comes in useful. This is Scamp. Something not right's happening to this village. I can feel it. That's just me talking to myself. You weren't the one who taught my cute little Murder all those unsavoury words, were you? Yeah, this is Murder the Parrot. I'm not stuffed, I'm alive. I'm plenty alive, dagnabbit. This giant wooden teddy bear, which is called Mr. Berry, which is, I guess, you know, we have a dog called Boney, so let he is without sin cast the first stone. Okay, and all the way down here, this, I think is Duster's house. Oh no, it's not. I think it might be Abbott, the guy we knocked out. Ah! So down here we got this guy with the pigs, and this is Butch. When my pigs are praised, it makes me feel good, almost as if the praise is about me. This is a mysterious figure in this robe who says, wow, just wow, such magnificent, marvellous pigs. Who is the mysterious man in the robe? We should keep an eye out on him. So, various cows and pigs here, but nothing we can make use of yet. And if we head all the way back here, got ourselves a present box with some peculiar cheese, which I think does a random range of healing between 20 and 80 HP, if I recall. So here's Wes. It's truly hard to bear when younger ones pass away first. Flint, this is a useful item used in the thief arts. Take it with you. So my inventory is full. This will become a regular problem in Mother 3. We have many useless items. I'll eat a nut cookie. There we go. And a thunder bomb. Right. Old Nippolite is getting up there in years. Don't make him dig another grave. Well, if we can find Duster's bedroom, I think there's some items in there as well. Not allowed to enter the basement. I guess that has to wait for playing as Duster. This house down here is Bronson's. He's the blacksmith. The Drago Fang, made into a weapon. My inventory's full. Yeah, you would have thought that would be a key item, but apparently not. Flea Charm. What I can do is I'll equip the Flea Charm instead of the Mini Charm, get 3 extra defense, and then I can chuck away the Mini Charm. So now we got that, time to head up to Alex's house, and this will be the same route we took earlier, basically. So yeah, lots of enemies lurking in the forest now, but a different selection from before. The greedy mouse, which we fought a flying version of in the burning house earlier, is back on the scene. And can heal itself slightly, but also very easy to take down, particularly now that we are solo Flint. They need to be a bit easier than they were. Plus these grasshoppers. Praying mantises, sorry. This is a Japanese game after all. And yeah, only worth 2 XP though, so not really worthwhile, nor do I want to drop anything to take advantage. So I will be... Yeah, now it's daytime, I guess we get a different selection of creatures. I'm going to be charging through and generally avoiding combat as much as possible. Now it's only me, because it's going to be a bit arduous. We've got some decent level ups while we were playing as a party, so that's probably worthwhile. All the way up here. So our first defensive item of the game, we used the Thunder Bomb, that did, the Running Bomb, that did 100 damage to each enemy. So the items can be fairly powerful. There's a few good examples later in the game, especially. It can be a viable strategy. I wouldn't generally recommend it, but, I'll try and take out the Mighty Bitey Snake first, because I don't really want to get poisoned. Well, taking a lot of damage in these battles has at least given me an opportunity to work through my inventory of healing items, because they were getting in the way, rather. There we go, nearly topped up, and freed up a couple of inventory slots for us when we discover some stuff down the line. So another yam monster to take down for me. Okay, so here we got an interesting enemy. This is the Walking Bushy, so we'll just guard for now. And yeah, all the Walking Bushy does is cast healing spells at us because it's nice. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to bash it around the head till it dies. So yeah, XP for us, and it's friendly and affectionate, and occasionally casts life up. So this is a good. Yeah, it'll just occasionally saunter off, and you don't get any XP for that. But having that guy around is useful when he comes back, just in case you need to heal up at all. Back up here, past where the caribou was. See if we can find a way to... Yeah, we've got these guys who are not friendly. These crag lizards. They're actually fairly tough. Yeah, only 16 HP damage from attacking them. I don't think they've got that much HP, but yeah, you don't want to be stuck battling more than one of these guys at once, really. So yeah, that took quite a few rounds. 70 XP, so we get a level up from that, which isn't too bad. But yeah, you don't want to be stuck fighting too many of them, particularly once your HP restoration items start to decrease. I'll try and take out one more. I'm going to do a quick HP buff special move just to, yeah, increase my damage output. There we go. So that's taken me down like 60 HP in one battle. It's, yeah, pretty serious. And 300 from the next level, so we can't rely on a level up to heal us either. Yeah, Flint loves cheese, so he gets 60 HP. That's right, the peculiar cheese works based on how much people have a taste for cheese. So yeah, can't get across that cliff, as was the case earlier, so I got that wrong, clearly. Can I get through the cave at all now? Nope, just more moles in there. Clearly I've gone the wrong way. I remember now, we've got to head up past where the kids were when they got rescued from the river. And then keep heading north, I think. Ah, got these guys as well, who are not nice. The agitated boar, yeah. So I'm just going to do a quick strength up. And that should increase, yeah, my damage output. There we go, nice. Yeah, pretty serious. It's doing its charging attack, and our HP ticks down fairly slowly so we can withstand it, but yeah. You really don't want to be playing around too much. This is a difficult game, and it will kill you and laugh. What you ideally want to be doing is charging into the back of it, but I didn't quite get the green engagement there. Uh-oh. Yeah, I might be about to have my first death of the run here. Oh. Ah. So, yes. There we go. Got to respawn now. Now, of course, respawns at this stage of the game don't really have any impact. Later on, you will lose your money for dying. But, yeah, there's no life system or anything. You just go back to the last save point, I believe. There we go. So, we can sort of try and get past these guys a bit better now. I think you keep any XP you got before you died as well. So this, you can just sort of brute force your way past these eventually. You'll level up sufficiently that you can push by. Oh, we get some beef jerky from killing the boar as well, which is a confusing question biologically, given it's beef jerky, not pork, but whatever. Okay, finally got the sneak up on that guy this time. So what we'll use is the strengthen up, and that should give us extra damage capacity. Okay, now the boars are down, get some beef jerky, and we should be nearing a level up if my calculations are correct. Yeah, 120 XP, and we'll be there. So, onwards and upwards, particularly towards the Drago marks on the ground. These moles after those boars and the crag lizards shouldn't create too much difficulty. So yeah, their attack is throwing a rock, which does 7 damage, which is mean of them, but is not, yeah, gonna cause me too many sleepless nights. Okay, 31 XP and some nut bread, not bad at all. Try and get the jump on these guys. Okay, big open area here with some crag lizards. Going to try and... Okay, we've got the Aquarius bracelet from that there, so that gives us +2 defense, which is nice. Don't know whether that'll, notably decrease the damage output against me, but every little helps, I suppose. So, quick strengthen up just to try and get through this guy's defenses. Even so, only doing 29 damage to them. And their biting attack is what you want. Their charge attack is much more dangerous. There we go. So Flint's leveled up. Extra offense and defense, and IQ, although that doesn't really matter at this point. Okay, so the moles as well as the crag lizards. The moles obviously being far less dangerous. Good opportunity to show off our new stats, though. So we're going in the right direction, yeah, because Alex's house is just up here and off to the right. We'll try and dodge past the crag lizards, because I don't really want to fight any... Well, I messed that up, didn't I? I wanted to go off to the left and see what we could find, but oh well. Yeah, only down to HP 24 out of that battle, which is not looking good, frankly. Need to get into the goods menu and rectify that before I get killed by the next one. More beef jerky, I think. That'll top me up a bit. And just run past this guy. Ahead, our gear pass. I know how you feel, but stay away. There are ants at your feet. You might accidentally step on them, so please don't continue in that direction. That is this game's equivalent of invisible walls, which I think is quite clever. I think if he'd attempted to leave Alex's house earlier when you were playing as the kids, it would have told you there were ants in the way that you didn't want to step on. Because I think it's clever, because it plays into the sort of wanting to protect nature themes of this game, but it also is something that is small enough that on a GBA screen they don't actually have to render. Oh yes, all the cacti outside, all the animals. The little mouse. Hello, little mouse. Not washing food is a commendable thing. That does make things a little harder for me. Oh, not wasting food, sorry. Yes, he's trying to eat out of the bin. Okay, what does Alec have to say then? We go up to Lucas's room and, yeah, there we go. Any pictures of him now? No affection in this handsome. Looking handsome. Yeah, well, that's your top priority right now with your missing kid and your dead wife. Oh, you made it. Travelling through the forest has become quite dangerous indeed. What are those extremely bizarre flying mouse things with bug wings? It seems one bit me right on the head, too. I've healed up perfectly, though. No. None of that matters. I know where Klaus might have gone. According to my froggy intelligence, he's at my friend's house. Let's head there right now. Okay, so we're going to select another party member. Alec isn't like a full party member, I don't think. He's one of the sort of background ones who occasionally will chuck a rock or pass you a candy bar. When I said froggy intelligence right now, you thought, what, didn't you? Frogs work for my friend as messengers. My friend is able to talk with frogs, lizards, and what have you. See that lizard there, for instance? We just need to go in the direction it tells us. So yes, we've got a objective marker lizard, as I believe they should be called. Friends are known as Magypsies. They've lived isolated away from civilization for a very, very long time. Okay, well, let's see what the arrow lizard has to say. Okay, down for us. Next arrow lizard will presumably be to the left because it's the only way we can go. Yep. And presumably this will say down. I see you're not walking as fast now. Seems the word Magypsies has made you curious. The Magypsies have mysterious powers and have been protecting something here for a very long time. They're neither human nor beast, neither man nor woman. I have absolutely no idea how old they are. That explanation doesn't explain much, did it? Basically, they're strange. All of them. Every one of them. That's just how they are. They are good-natured, though. Okay. So yeah, the earthboundy weirdness of this game starts coming in soon, rather than the, melodramatic horror. Oh, Alec's actually not that bad in combat. He did 27 damage there. Okay, fine. I mean, we can't control him directly, but I'll take it. What does the arrow lizard have to say to us next? Okie doke. Downwards we go. Okay, now the arrow lizard wants us to go right, but previously we couldn't go right, so we have to talk to these frogs. So there's the wrong frog and the right frog. And between the three of them, they can find a way for us to get across, which involves summoning more of their brethren. Thanks, frogs. This doesn't seem very humane. I feel like this would squish them, but whatever, we get across. What does the sparrow have to say to us? Enemies sometimes leave nice items behind after you fight them. If your inventory is full, you'll have to either give it up or throw another item away. Why do game tutorials tell you this when you've already encountered this several times? So it was a strange thing to tell you. Is there anything up here? I feel like this leads to something, but no, apparently not. Ah, I've got a pink cow here. Hello, pink cow. In the mood for a milking? Yes, I am. Ooh, fresh milk. Warm from the teat. Righto, so we are at Aeolia's house, and I guess we'll be meeting our first Magypsy in a second. Across, just have a quick dip in the hot springs here first. Okay, everyone feels alive, and we're ready for the next bit of plot. So these guys live in these big conch shells, and yeah, it's all extremely camp and pink, and they're very androgynous and so on. So, 5 of them are here. Oh, welcome, you scary-looking gentlemen. So Lydia came from a cold place. Mixolydia says, oh, humans. And Doria, the YMCA cop, Magypsy, says, visitors, magnificent. You simply must have some of this cake, it's scrumptious. These guys are considered to be the reason that Mother 3 is not officially localised into the Western regions. I don't know to what extent that's true. I do know that, I do kind of think that in the US market they might attract complaints from, you know, your typical right-wing parents groups and so on. So there is potentially that, but I don't see why they couldn't work their way around that. Is that Alec? It is. Good to see you, Snookums. My, who are these two? Don't be rude, Ionia. Introduce us. Where are my manners? This is my good friend Alec. Who's this with you? Flint, you say? Well, it's very nice to meet you. Now let's get you all properly introduced to us, the Magypsies. You're in luck. We're having a party today. Nearly all of us are here. First we have Aeolia, then there's Doria, Phrygia, Lydia, and that one over there is Mixolydia. The only one not here is Locria. These are, I think it's called modes in music, like the Dorian and the Locrian and so on. I think they're like scales, but yeah, you don't need to know that. It's just where they got the names from. You can call me Ionia. Can't remember that at all. Of course not. Well, that's why I just introduced you, darling. Isn't that how it works? Right, Alecky Poo? It's been a while. I'm glad to see you well. I hear you helped my grandson Klaus. Do you know where he might have went? Oh, you mean that rambunctious little squirt from a little while ago? And I suppose this Flint fellow is his father. Yes, I can see the resemblance now. You have the same eyes. So, what about Klaus? Where is he? Oh, he took off. He was in a great hurry, mentioning something about avenging his mother. I was feeling generous at the time, so I sent him on his way with a super powerful PSI technique. I doubt he'll be able to use it very easily, though. So he left then, and you didn't stop him. What if something happens to him? Oh, get over yourselves. We couldn't care less about you humans, here one minute and gone the next. You poor things barely live 100 years, if that. It's a blink of an eye to us, my gypsies. Why would anyone bother to care about such short lives? Now, Mixolydia, Phrygia, humans worry about such short lives. Isn't that right, Alecky Poo? I understand how you feel, I really do. I don't care if you understand or not, just tell us where Klaus went. The boy headed for Drago Plateau. Quite rambunctious, I might add. Barely seemed concerned about his own short little life. If you go now, you just might catch him in time. Drago Plateau, you say? Flint, let's hurry there. Okay, well, these guys are not exactly concerned with child safety, but, yeah, gotta go through the cave behind the house. And that's probably the way that Klaus went. So, yeah, if we smile as he says, that doesn't really help, but it makes him feel better. So behind the house we've got a cave. I don't know if there's any items or anything back here. Just going to have a quick check. It doesn't look like it. So right, into the cave we go. Time for some adventures. As the stirring adventuring music continues. Now, this circle of darkness around us stops us being able to see, but the thing is that this is kind of meant for playing on a Game Boy Advance screen, which is really dark. And you're playing on an emulator where you can just see into the darkness. It's not really... block you seeing at all. Should be a hole around here. Yeah, we found the hole. There's some enemies and so on down here as well. But follow the southeast passage. Oh, there's a present over there. And a crag lizard. Wonderful. Okay, and got ourselves some beef jerky from that present. So he's doing a Magypsy impression. Okay. Southeast passage, you say. Not too hard. Head south at the next fork in the path. Got it. Head west from here. Well, we'll in a second. There's a little present here. So, running bomb for us. Ah! Moles are in the way. Thank you for that, Alec. Okay. Alec can't remember which way to go. So he says it's north, but if you can see through the darkness, you can see it's actually west. And we need to, climb up there. And if we head east, there's a crag lizard, so I don't really want to do that. Head north. Before that one looms out the darkness, well, divines go up because they're divine. Yeah, the pun work is exquisite. Another vine here. And one more here, and that should get us out. There we go. We are now at or near Drago Plateau. Just quickly drop in and have a little chat with the frog. And yes, indeed, climb up here, grab this present. And yep, more pig masks doing some nefarious deeds. They're controlling something with a joystick, and they've also got this instant revitalizing device. Basically an instant healing point. Basically just the same as the hot springs, but slightly quicker. Okay, so fully revitalized. Let's head on through to the other side, as a famous song once went. So among other things, we've got these horrible scorpion things, which are... yeah, apparently snuck up on us. I don't really accept that, but they're gonna attack in early. I think they can poison, so I want to be a bit careful, but they don't seem too tough. And they give it a decent amount of XP, so there's not nothing to be gained from them. Oh. Got some vultures here as well. Balding eagle. They're actually fairly tough, okay. I want to be a bit careful with those. Ah, plus they can rest and restore their HP. Not enough to stop me killing it, though, so I still win. Up to level 15 with that, and get some extra beef jerky as well. Not bad at all. We keep heading north. I think there's some stuff for us to find up here. But I think we do ultimately need to cross the river. And Alex's attack killed at that time, even though it only did 2 damage. So continuing far to the north, more scorpions to take out. Okay, looks like we didn't need to cross the river at all. After we drop a quick save at Drago Plateau, we are heading up to find something rather disturbing indeed. It's a little Drago, but what's he playing with? It's, yeah, Klaus's shoe. So Klaus must be around here somewhere. And yep, the sad item acquired music continues. Just gonna top up on health. Just to max out before this all kicks off. Got ourselves some extra nut bread there as well. So that, oh, these trees move, I forgot about that. No real reason given for why they move, but they do, so they must be destroyed. Taking our stats down. And yes, burst into flames, doing a suicide attack like self-destructing Pokemon. Does technically do enough to kill me, but because the health rolls down, it doesn't do that much in the end. It's more like 13. This is a broken sort of conversion plate. I'm just going to try and run past these guys now, because, yeah, we've managed to make it to the end point of the chapter. Spoiler alert. And yeah, we've got the other shoe. Things seem very quiet. To an extent. Yes, indeed. So we have the second boss of the chapter. The caribou was one thing. This is quite another. Yep, defeating this thing is going to be a challenge. Now, I'm at full health, so I should be able to do this on the first go, but we'll have to see. Yeah, Mega Drago attack. So first things first, we need to be using our Drago Fang, wherever it is. And this will remove its armour. And that's pretty much it for this battle now, at least on that side of things. Yeah, offense down, which is really not good. That's really not what we want. So I'm going to put my offense back up. And had to endure a biting attack, which is not great. That doesn't mean I can at least, yeah, getting some 35 in there. I don't know how much HP this guy's got. I think about 1,000. I'm going to put another strengthen up in. Yeah, another 9 to my offense. While he's only doing the minor attacks, I think that's probably wise. Okay, now we can do over 50 in attack. Not bad at all. Plenty of healing items. Feeling good about where we are. Ah, here comes the flame attack. This is the big one. Yeah, 41 damage there. Need to heal up before that goes any further, frankly. Some beef jerky from Flint, so 60 HP back. Yeah, stomping attack, not good, but tolerable. Might as well use the Thunder Bomb while we've got it as well. 123 damage there, not bad at all. I think we've got a Running Bomb as well, so I might as well chuck that at it, do more damage than... Because, I mean, basically, spoiler alert, we're not going to be playing as Flint after this, so might as well just use up all the items while we've got them. Yeah, he's getting a bit low on the old HP, but if we take some... Oh, it's rotten milk now. I didn't want that. How come my fresh milk went rotten? It hasn't been that long. Whatever. Another few attacks just to start getting the health down. Uh-oh. Okay, in trouble here. Yeah, I'm on mortal damage and... Ah, thank you, Alec. You've rescued me. So he does come in handy. Just going to eat some more nut bread, I think. Just get the old health topped up. Because while he's only doing 11 damage per biting attack, we should be able to outpace his damage. Okay, another 45 damage there. It should be nearly there, I would have thought, but it's kind of hard to tell. I might use a Toughen Up as well, just to get my defense increased, because I don't think he can reduce that. Okay, slightly problematic lack of healing items now. Drink the rotten milk for 10 healing points. Okay, Alex healing, yeah, did a decent amount there, but that's not going to be enough for long. Still, getting the defense up was a good idea. Provided he doesn't do another fire attack, we might be able to survive this. Ah, one last attack. Will we survive it? Oh god, okay, and now it's dead. Will the battle end in time? So, oh, that's annoying. So the battle we did beat the Drago, but Flint's health ticked down just in time to die. So, okay, we'll go do that again then. Okay, so I've gone back to the previous room, explored the other side of the river, got an extra couple of beef jerkies, I think we now have 3, as well as a running bomb that I got from a random encounter with a buzzard, and I've also got maximum health now. So I think we should be in good shape to take this guy on. Let's give this another try. So first things first, damage resistance up. Then strength up. Ah, we managed to dodge his damage reducing attack, which is great. Then the Drago Fang. Then let the damage commence. 78. Another 58. 49. Okay, so the Flames attack is like the big damage dealer, but we're okay on health for now, so I'll hold on the healing for a little bit. I want to get the most out of my items, is all. Okay, I think now is the time for the first beef jerky. Takes us well up past 150, which should do. Then might as well throw the running bomb. 86 from that. Not brilliant, but okay. Ah, and the Flames attack. Wonderful. Okay, and now it's one last attack. We've got 74 HP to withstand this animation, so can we do it this time? Yes, we can. 41 remaining. There we go. 486 experience points. Doesn't matter because we're no longer playing as Flint. And there we go. The Drago is down. With a wound on its side, yeah, we almost feel some sympathy for it, were it not a, yeah. So Flint's going to kill it, but, yeah. Baby Drago, not exactly happy that we've, beaten up its mother. Down here, as the parallax scrolling tells us, we've got Klaus. It is possible that until now, the people of Tazmily Village had never known sadness. On sunny days and cloudy days, they always greeted each other with smiles. They lived in harmony with the creatures of the forest. The strong would help the weak, and those who had would share with those who had not. However, it now appears the villagers have learned all too much about sadness. Suddenly everything is changing for the worse. When did this change begin? Where did it begin? What set it in motion, and why? Almost as if toys, the peaceful animals are being transformed into strange, ferocious creatures that attack people. Some people, like Flint, have even had their families torn apart. Just what is this suspicious group that wears pig masks? What are these eerie objects that soar through the once beautiful skies? And where could the missing Klaus be? The mysteries continue to pile up. And so the tale first begins. As a tragedy. Yes, indeed. So as the tragedy continues, we are going to wrap things up here. And next time we will continue with Chapter 2 as we learn a little bit more about what's going on in this world. Now, sorry this is a little bit late. I'm hoping these will come out every weekend. So hopefully Saturday, sometimes Sunday. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've been Robin. This has been Digital Wilds. And this has been Mother 3. See you next time.